Alright guys, Everyday Tech here, and I have in front of me my very own Apple MacBook Air M2. So I am very excited because in my opinion, this is going to absolutely be a contender for the best everyday computer Apple has ever made. Now I know there's a lot of controversies, and I will see what that means for the everyday use, because I think a lot has been lost in interpreting this computer for everyday use in terms of what's actual reality, what are the things that they're out there saying, like thermal throttling, the SSD. I got what you're going to see in this box here when we do the unboxing. I got the 256 gigabyte because I wanted to test out the SSD and see just how bad it is, because normally for this computer I've got a 2 terabyte iPad Pro that I do a lot of my stuff. That's kind of my central hub, and now with universal control I feel like that's the center of my world. And I've got this here that's going to complement, let me get access to Final Cut Pro, etc. I did, in all transparency, I got rid of my MacBook 14 Pro, so we're going to see if I regret that once I get using this thing. I've been waiting now for about a month to get this in. I did get one upgrade to the base model configuration, and that is 16 gigabytes of RAM, because I wanted to have enough RAM to make sure that it could do performance things. Like if I needed to get into Final Cut Pro and do some light editing, I primarily use LumaFusion, so I think that's going to work well. But guys, without further ado, let's get into this, because this came yesterday evening, but I didn't want to open it until I could do it in front of you guys and with you guys. So here it is, guys. Here's the box, and we'll go ahead and get rid of this. Now Apple has a very nice experience here. I like this. This started with the MacBook Pro 14-inch, where you literally the pull tab in the middle. The only bad thing it makes is, like, when I used the same box to send that out when I sold it, and I had to I did not retain this piece. So this time I'm going to do that in case I am sending this back out, and then that way I can just tape this over the center, I think. Yep, should at least. Or maybe it goes like this, I don't know, but I'll be able to tape that back in and at least have that covered up. So anyways, guys, let's get into this beautiful computer and see what we got here. So wow, very nice opening experience here. We're going to get this off. And I cannot wait to see this thing, because I have been watching video after video trying to discern how lightweight and thin this thing is, and I have huge expectations when it comes to that. Let's pull this off and let's do a weight test. Ooh. I mean, it is light, but it's a bit heavier than what I thought it was going to be. I was envisioning this really featherweight, lightweight deal, but it's not. But it feels good. I'd equate it to almost like the way the 13 phones feel, where it just feels solidly made. So we'll get that off there, lay that in there. I'll lay this to the side. Now let's take a look at this cord here. And this is the MagSafe cord, as you can see. Now, the interesting thing I saw in a lot of videos was they kept this part white. Now, for this computer configuration, right, that isn't that big of a deal, because this actually looks really good. But for some of the darker ones, it looks a little weird to have white there instead of going with a different color. And let's take this out here and see what we got. So I went with the 67 watt. I did upgrade to the 67. That was the only other upgrade I did, was I upgraded to the 60. Whoops, holy cow, about to injure my computer. We'll go ahead and just take this off. To the 67 watt power bank. So I wanted to have that extra oomph. I like to have fast charging, and I thought that would be better. I have a multi-plug charger already, so I wasn't really that worried about using the multi-plug charger as much as I wanted to have the ability to charge fast. So we'll see how this goes. Let's remove the clips off that and just see what we're working with here. like to see the length. This provides great length because I like to run my cords and try to hide my cords from at home. And of course, this will work with USB-C charging, so you don't have to use this all the time. So if you're traveling and you want to get this more stay-at-home cord, the only thing is you're giving up an extra plug for if you're trying to plug in dongles or anything like that. You're going to give that up. But, man, very nice cord. I like it, Apple. I like it a lot. We're going to go ahead, deposit that here, and put that here, and let the star of the show take over, because here is what we're all here for. I know it's what I'm here for, and wow. Man, oh man. More deposits. So it's going to open up here, and let's just see what pops up here. So this, wow, when you open it up, it is very, very light. It really is. I will absolutely give credit to Apple here on that for how thin this thing is. I mean, it really is thin. I really like it. And it's, now, in comparison to the 14, night and day, guys. This is extremely light. It's just, I want to be clear on this because sometimes I've watched videos and I thought, oh, what are you saying? Or, wow, it's not as light as you thought. No, not at all. It is very, very light. The space that it takes up is significantly reduced. And this is definitely a device that could easily be used on an airplane. No problem at all. I never used my 14 on an airplane, ever. It always stayed in my bag. I just felt like it was too big. This is very comfortable. To me, this is exactly what you need for ultra tech. So look at that screen. That screen is actually really, really nice. I mean, and that screen on the 14 was exceptionally nice, but this is really good. And then you've got the Apple accessibility. I don't need any of these things, but so we'll say not now. All right, guys, so let me more focus on testing out the typing here. But this is definitely a comfortable lap computer for certain. But here it is, guys. I mean, this is the MacBook Air, and there you can see the two ports right there. You've got the two Thunderbolt 3 ports right here. You've got the MagSafe, and then on this side, pretty easy and cut and dry and simple, you've got the headphone jack. Now we're going into data and privacy. Alright guys, so I'm back here and I got everything logged in, got all my login credentials in, got hooked up to Wi-Fi, and now we are going through the process of getting set up. Now I'm not going to sit here and set this whole thing up. I will go over a couple of things. Create a computer password, so hold on one second on this. Let me go in and do this and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm right back. So anyways, what I was talking about here is I'm not going to sit here obviously and go through all the setup and downloading all the stuff. I'm going to get all that done and then I will be back later on after I give this about a month's worth of use or so. Maybe I'll do a 2-week everyday review, but I'll be back to do a full review on how this applies to everyday use, not specs, not text. I will go over anything I encountered that hindered my everyday ability to get things done and what is my everyday workflow. I am an amateur YouTube channel editor. I use it for business, for a business that I own, that I will be going through and doing my financials and doing different things on here that I will be using this for. And of course, I use it to occasionally watch a movie, watch a YouTube video, etc., etc. So I will be putting it to the test for all those purposes, and I will be reporting back to you on exactly how this goes. If you are enjoying this, if you enjoyed this unboxing, if you enjoy everyday tech without specs, without talking about all the mind-numbing spec sheets, rundowns, and benchmarks, and you want to have an everyday benchmark, how does it work for an everyday person? Come to this channel, guys. I'm going to hopefully be putting up more content in the near future. This is a secondary channel for me right now, but I am going to be trying to put more focus on putting content out as I use it. This is not something that these reviews I do are not going to be able to be done in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I want to be able to do good everyday reviews and see exactly where things go and give you a great rundown on tech. So if you're looking for answers, you can get them. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video with somebody if there's someone out there that you think could garner some benefit from it or value. And guys, I'll be talking to you soon, and I'll be back very soon with an everyday review of this unit. It is very, very nice, very, very premium, and I am looking very much forward to getting be able to use this on an everyday basis. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in today, and I'll talk to you soon.